Hello everyone and welcome to another series in the Intel Extreme Masters Season 1 group stage. It is the second appearance of the Grubster here, Grubby, spawning in the top left spawn position in red with Orc. And he is pretty much under pressure to win this best of 3 if he wants to maintain his chances to get into the later stages of the tournament, which of course means at least into the playoffs between the second and third places of the groups, and then eventually into the offline finals. And he disappointed pretty much on Playday 1 against DD8, and in case you didn't watch it, in the recap video of Playday 1, I'm talking a little bit more in depth about the circumstances of the time and why Grubby played the way he did on Playday 1. So if you're interested in that and if you haven't seen the recap video, then I recommend checking that out. Altar finished Blade Master first for Grubby, and his opponent, the Russian spawning on the right hand side of Echoes, this time with Night Elf, is NapS. He also lost his first best of 3 against Duck. And against Duck, actually the first map also was Echo Isles, and back then he played Human and he actually won against Duck with Human. That was the one map he took. But apparently against Grubby he feels safer with Night Elf on Echo Isles. Maybe he's got something, some special trick up his sleeve against, of course, the huge favorite from the Netherlands, who now scouts the Agent of War creep here, or the Agent of War, which is most likely gonna creep here as soon as the Archer spawns. And yeah, as I mentioned on Playday 1 with NapS, you never really knew what you were gonna get race-wise. Pretty much capable of playing all the races on more or less a equal level. So let's see, item-wise, he's getting Ring of Protection. Agent of War eating one of the trees right now, and actually he's not abandoning this creep camp with the Demon Hunter in order to get across the map and harass immediately, as many Night Elves liked and like to do it even these days. Grubby actually having the Pioneer on patrol, so that's also what he was probably anticipating, and he would have been able to walk away from these creeps if the Demon Hunter, you know, had come in, but that wasn't the case, and therefore Grubby able to finish the entire creep camp like his opponent did, and NapS is gonna stay passive here. He's gonna creep level 2 as pretty much as quickly as he can with the Ancient of War in the position that he's in, and he continues producing archers, having those Moonwells in front of his Wisps to pretty much protect all of them from Blade Master harassment. I'm assuming the third Moonwell is now gonna come here. Yeah. Guess you don't need to be too experienced to anticipate that. Grubby's take, let's just quickly compare, slightly behind the take of his opponent. Level 2 for him now as well. And it looks like NapS is gonna get the Boots of Speed here. And Grubby, I'm assuming, knowing that that's very likely to happen, and that the Demon Hunter is very likely to be at the bottom of the map, maybe wants to make use of that somehow. Would have expected him to maybe go for the Ogre Matcher here on the top. Decided not to do so. Boots of Speed for the DH. He kept the Ring of Protection surprisingly. And Grubby, it looks like he got one Wisp killed here. Of course, with the Claws of Attack, you only need one backstab and then one additional hit. So it's very hard to react because, of course, until the Windwalk ends, NapS didn't see the Blade Master. So one Wisp down. Let's see, the second one is detonating here in time. Definitely necessary because with the Claws plus 6 it was very likely that the next hit would have killed the Wisp. Some nice blocking here by Grubby, but it's only gonna save this third burrow for so long before he's forced to load his peons into the burrow. So he's gonna have to unload here and then start repairing pretty much with everything he's got. That's what he's doing right now. Demon Hunter immediately turning around as the grunts come in. Actually, the Blade Master is still in front of his base, getting another Wisp killed. So I feel like the Demon Hunter could try and stay a little bit more aggressive inside of Grubby's base. But then again, there are 4 grunts there already. And of course, archers are very fragile against those. Another Wisp even going down. So we see NapS and another Wisp. NapS multitasking, slipping here a little bit. Of course, Wisps, extremely vulnerable units. And a little bit of a mistake, I'm assuming, to build this. Now Grubby needs to be careful, but he is, wow, very risky here. Just walking out of there before the Demon Hunter can close the gap. And he doesn't have boots, therefore he shouldn't be taking too much damage here. Blade Master is gonna get towards the bottom of the map right now though, and probably get the boots. He can use Heal Salve right now if he wants to. I was just about to say he could have built this Moonwell one field closer to the top, closer to the altar, then there would have been, this would have been closed, but then there would be the risk of locking in the hero when he spawns. And also this kinda provides always the chance to trap the Orc hero if Grubby had made a mistake. Surround going on to the Demon Hunter, and there's no staff yet, so Grubby's not able to keep the surround close, not even close. Taking a bit of damage on the ground. Blade Master is coming back right now. Let's just quickly see. TC second and standard by Grubby. 1 Beast 3, 1 Spirit Lodge. Dust used by him. One of the archers is going down. And with those, he's not going to be able to achieve a lot. One of the grunts is going to get into some trouble as well. Base is wide open here though, so he can try to get into the back and into safety. Is he able to? No, he's not able to close the base with the PN. Therefore, the grunt is going down, and the Night Elf at least forces the PNs away from the gold and the lumber for a little while. At the same time, the Blade Master continues harassing here. So Grubby, yeah, very ambitious here in holding this aggression with only his grunts and now his TC, but he successfully did so. Of course, also winning a lot of time with that surround against the Demon Hunter, and then with the attack against the archers, which made his tier 2 buildings come through very safely. Didn't really give NapS the chance to do anything against those. Ancients of Wind coming, tier 3 coming. Ancients of Wind, of course, delayed by the Blade Master's harassment, which is super annoying for the Night Elf, who of course doesn't want to have that happen at all. And the Blade Master alone is winning very, very much time. NapS has to stay back because otherwise this Ancient of Wind would get cancelled again, and therefore this TC is getting the time to creep. He's almost level 2 already. I'm guessing this might be the next creep camp. Of course, the Forest Royal Berserkers are taking tons of damage by the grunts, and therefore this is a very easy spot to creep early on with Orc.
We're under attack.
Yeah, Raiders, Walkers are being produced, at least start being produced. Blade Master is gonna have to head back. Actually, maybe there's gonna be a creep check, and Snare is ready already, so NapS is gonna have to be careful when trying to harass, but he's actually missing his opponent, and yeah, well, with a staff, he's only gonna be able to save one hero, so yeah, it's really running a huge risk here, running around with those two. You know, and he may get ensnared and surrounded here.
We're under attack.
Okay, that is being seen. The TC, for a second it looked like he was thinking about heading back there to defend, but the Blade Master and the one Raider apparently are going to be able to deal with this little aggression all by himself. Grubby continues creeping on the bottom. Raider and grunts, as well as the Walker, are definitely gonna be enough to take down this little green camp. And if he gets an XP tome, then he'll already be on his way to level 4, even without an XP tome, I think. No, is this gonna be enough? I don't think so. Aha, it's barely enough, okay. So 3 heroes against 2-1. Finally, the tail end production has started. Master upgrade is coming. I'm assuming the Tinker might be bought eventually as well. But so far, NapS is gonna have to be very have to think very hard about how to best spend his resources. Now he finally starts creeping on his own, but Grubby's Blade Master is already in harassment mode with a level 2 Windwolf here. He of course is able to roam around the map very, very quickly. TP is immediately being pulled, and nevertheless, one walker is going down, one Talon is going down, the second one is surviving. He just quickly casted a Fairy Fire on the Blade Master before he TP'd out, but immediately dispelled. Grubby does not want to give NapS the vision here at all. So far, a very dominant performance by him. He's up at 50 supply already. Okay, another walker has spawned already. Only one walker would have been not really the number the orc wants to have while being at 50 supply. Another Talon being caught here. It looked like this one may have been there to buy the Tinker, but that's not gonna happen, at least for a little while. And Grubby's doing such a good job keeping the map control here. The Ancient of War, does he? No, he doesn't even see this. Even if he did, there's not really anything he can do about it. Okay, Blade Master sees the Night Elf heading out of his base right now. Ogre Warrior's going down. Is he gonna continue creeping here? It looks like that another Talon has been killed already by the BM, and NapS is gonna miss this. He's gonna go to the tavern first, pick up the Tinker. Blade Master going into Windwalk just early enough to not get the Fairy Fire here, even though the Druid of the Talon was already raising his staff. And expansion coming, whereas now he finally has the resources to get that second hero. 40 supply against 50, so that's fairly normal supply count. But of course the hero levels are ridiculously in favor of Grubby, and there's not a single... okay, there is one heal scroll on the Night Elf's 3 heroes. And NapS has no TP. This is super risky, running around here on the map. The Grubby now sees the expansion. He knows eventually he's gonna have to make something happen, but now... oh, what are the Talons doing here? Was about to say, but now is not the time. Grubby's got the ward here, by the way, so he sees what NapS has been up to. And he might go for another creep check. But NapS doesn't dare creeping. The next ward is gonna see him walking back to his map. Ancient of War uprooted here right now. The creep camp is already gone. TC, by the way, has a mana potion, invo potion, heal scroll, big heal potion. I mean, big heal potion not really necessary in this matchup, since like once the orc heroes get nuked, then in most cases the orc has already lost everything else already. So Blade Master level 4. He's got +8 at the moment. Also has a heal scroll. He has a speed scroll. He has a town portal. Alright, Ancients of War for NapS. So it looks like he just wants to stabilize his base right now in order to get maybe into later stages of this game. But how much sense does this make? I mean, even like Grubby doesn't need to push against 3 Ancients of War here in front of the main base. I mean, of course it's great against the Raiders to help him survive. But what good is that if as long as NapS is in such a level and economic disadvantage? 4 Ancients of War even, of course, since the one from the beginning is still alive as well. A Warmill coming for Grubby. He may just continue creeping. As just stated, he doesn't need to pressure his opponent or do anything basically. Also, he's got the ward, so anytime NapS moves out at the bottom of his base and may continue creeping, like here or the expansion. Oh yeah, the expansion has already been taken. Grubby is going to be aware of that. Some item has been killed here. Blade Master already closing in on level 4 as well. TC has already reached that. He's even getting another grunt. Okay. Okay, he continues building Ancients of War, so he's actually gonna use those to walk across the map. Seems to be one of the themes of this tournament so far. Building Ancients of War to walk across the entire map with them. But alright, fair enough. At least with that, he's not gonna have to go into upkeep. He's gonna get as much gold as possible. He's gonna have somewhat of an effective unit against Raiders. And yeah, therefore some blocking, at least also doesn't make it too easy for the TC to access the tail ends. But then again, Grubby, yeah, he just might think that, of course, the big weakness of those Ancients of War is their immobility, and therefore he's just marching across the bottom of the map, and he's gonna go straight for the Night Elf main base, as it seems. And NapS still doesn't have a town portal, so he can run back, and then Grubby can maybe TP and snipe all of the Ancients of War, or he can go for a, well, base trade basically, and he can lose all of his buildings, and then he's only gonna have a couple of Ancients of War left to work with. We'll see about that. The only chance for NapS I can really see here is if Grubby overcommits right now to this, like if he kills everything, which he's probably gonna do, or if he just kills the main and then TPs back and then he overcommits and loses the fight against like the 7 Ancients of War that NapS has in place here. The 4 BM, no, he's gonna kill all of the buildings, as it seems. At the same time, okay, now he does TP, so he's not gonna be finishing this game by killing all of the Ancients of War here. He's gonna have to win the fight, but the town portal goes right on top of both the Beastmaster and the Tinker. Beastmaster has gone down already. The Tinker is gonna fall as well. I think the staff was on the Beastmaster, so yeah, that's about as bad as it gets. And the Demon Hunter is also getting focused here. Shockwave is being dodged here by him. He's walking out towards the right hand side of this base, but the Ancient of War is actually blocking him, and snares going on the Demon Hunter over and over again. Cyclone on the Blade Master again. He's gonna be able to walk out of that right now. Another Cyclone needs to come on the Blade Master. Right now the Ancients of War are finally in a good position, but Grubby is just going for this Demon Hunter kill, and he's getting ensnared over and over again. Disenchant on the Blade Master, moving around quite confused there for a second. Grubby is actually losing plenty of raiders here, repositioning right now, but there's only the Demon Hunter left. That's the big problem for NapS, and now the Demon Hunter is out of position. Crit goes on him, and 2 crits in a row go on him, and GG by NapS, being down to, I don't know, 5 tail ends there in the end, losing all of his heroes, and of course not having any means of reproduction, since he lost his Tree of Eternity and his Ancients of Wind. Grubby made sure of that before TPing out, and therefore Grubby, I think, well, it wasn't really close, but I think it could have been a somewhat entertaining fight in the end if the Beastmaster and the Tinker hadn't gone down immediately. So these Ancients of War, definitely a powerful weapon, but overall a very one-sided game. Very strong performance by Grubby, who kept the map control throughout the entire game, who delayed the tail end production by a lot, who distracted his opponent's 2 heroes with his lone Blade Master, and got a ton of creeping down with his TC in the meantime, and who never looked in any danger of losing this one. And we'll continue on Secret Valley.